Here we go. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. We are here in a waiting area time. Pierre Poilievre. That's the person we are looking for. We are looking for Mr. Pierre Poilievre. If you're in the building, please attend the stage. The million people in the audience are waiting for you, everybody. Look at this. We're at the Steam Whistle area, just south of Skydome in Toronto, for a little get-together. It's supposed to start at 7 o'clock, but rock stars are always late. I'm not saying he's a rock star because, you know, I don't see any amps on stage, but anyway, we have to kill time till Mr. Pierre Poilievre. Say for the name, I'm trying to... Just guys, before we went live, I practiced saying that name for a while because I'm terrible with names, as you guys in the chat know. Yeah, we don't remember anybody in the chat yet. We have nobody watching yet. Oh, 2 people. Well, thanks for watching. The 2 people. You guys know how terrible I am with names. And I've been practicing this guy's name, Poilievre. People are using the stickers, the black card that they give. Poilievre. Say it, Leslie's with me. You guys know?
Pierre Poilievre.
There you go. Leslie's from Ottawa. She was with us in Ottawa in our live stream from Ottawa. We got some media here. I don't know who they are. There's a media stage. A couple of, we got the CBC camera guy there. A few other cameras back in the room. That's it. And we're in a room, very picturesque room. Wooden ceilings. Was this a beer factory or something?
It is now.
It is now? It's a beer
railway
factory.
station.
We got a few thousand people here. Steam Whistle. Let's wave to the camera. And the crowd goes this way. There's a story. You know what, Leslie? Back in the day when Trump used to make speeches, it used to be like thousands or hundreds of thousands of people in the audience. You guys remember, right? And then the TV cameras would always keep the camera just on him, cropped on him. And Trump would always say, oh, more people coming in. Trump would always say, the cameras are never turned, never show the crowd. Never show the crowd. They would just show him tight. Remember, guys? So then there was this radio station, TV station, YouTube station called RB's Right Side Broadcasting, right? RBG, something like that. Right Side Broadcasting, RB, whatever. And they would have small cameras, right? So every time Trump says that, they would go like this into the audience, right? Like this, all the way to show the crowd. All the way to show the crowd. And it became their signature logo that they would show the crowd. And then they became big. They ended up having huge amounts of subscribers on YouTube. Right Side Broadcasting channel. We already have a, who is this? We got Jake Carter. He says he supports Max Bernier. Now, Max Bernier is also a difficult name to pronounce, right? Yeah. Definitely's got a Max Bernier is definitely, who do you think's got a much more difficult name to pronounce? Pierre? Poilievre? Or Max Bernier? Which one? We got to put a, I wish I could put a vote in the chat. See, we got 4 people, it's okay. All right. 4 people, we're just waiting for Pierre Poilievre, I guess, to enter. I'm gonna butcher this name till he becomes a prime minister. I'm okay. Am I making mistakes all over the place?
Poilievre.
Okay, you tell us.
Poilievre.
Poilievre, okay. The audience is already complaining about my pronunciation. Poilievre, terrible.
No, say it one more time. Yes.
Poilievre, ma'am, this is my, I've just started this live streaming business. I'm very new to this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my probably a 2nd month at this. I'm doing my best. I'm terrible at this. I'm actually a fashion photographer in real world. We're having fun with the audience. We're just waiting for the Pierre. We're gonna call him Pierre, you know, to save problem. We got a photographer over there. He's doing the back angle. We got another guy on this corner. Strategically placed himself behind a pole. And
We're blocking the cameras from CBC.
yeah, we're blocking the cameras. Maybe we could move somewhere else. we're mobile. Somebody says, James says anybody but blackface. James, how you doing? Thanks for joining the channel here. Seven of you watching. Wow, fantastic. We're waiting for Pierre to come and speak to this. You guys see that? I raised my hand. Yeah, we don't know what's going on. Whoever you think, it's early in the season. I want to see what people say. Garner Expressway is behind us. There's a sign back there that says strong and free. Great work in Ottawa. Thanks, James. Appreciate it, James. Hey, we did Ottawa on a Wednesday. I wanted to be quiet. I wanted to go there. Like, I didn't want to go to a party in Ottawa because I know on the weekends there was hundreds of thousands of people there. Wow. We wanted to catch some truckers and talk to them and do some portraits. All right, we got music. Is this gonna cause problem for us? Oh, when I was a young boy. Is that song? I don't know. Hopefully we won't get demonetized. I got to talk over the craziness here. Craziness. We're going to talk pretty close to the mic so that maybe the music doesn't get picked up. We are here. This building, what is this building called? Steam Whistle Brewery building downtown. Right across Skydome. Skydome's right over there. The CN Tower will be sticking right up there. The CN Tower. On the way here, we were discussing whether they're going to keep CN Tower or not. Apparently it's very expensive to get in there. It's about, what is it, $40 I'm assuming? Probably. $40 a person to go up the CN Tower and to get a view of the city. And nowadays, you can probably get 4 of you to rent a helicopter and hang over the city. I don't know. So we're discussing whether they're going to keep it or not, or it's going to be an extra expensive thing. We're waiting for Pierre to come for a Toronto, I guess I call it a local get-together. There was one of these events, probably say 3 weeks ago, down in Don Mills and Don Valley Parkway, back there. Took some pictures. Those guys, they're signing up. I don't see any Canadian flags here in the audience today. I don't see anybody flagged up here with us. You got a strong and free sign, yeah? But I don't see any flagged up people here in the audience today. I think everybody left their flags in Niagara Falls or on their cars, but we just have to kill some time before Mr. Pierre, I can't pronounce his last name. Yeah.
You'll get it.
To come on stage and tell us what's going on. Ron says couple of faces with diapers in the audience in the building. Let's see. We got a photographer. Maybe he has to wear it if he's a professional. Maybe his job demands it. He says he has to wear it. If not, he's gonna get fired or something. I don't know. I mean, of course, in a building like this, it's really lots of crowd. If the ventilation isn't good, you're gonna breathe everybody else's air, no matter how many masks is going on, because the air has to come from somewhere, right? Unless you have a, electrical powered respirator. That's the only thing that's gonna save you. The only thing that hopefully, if they have air conditioning that give you fresh air, you're good. Otherwise, no amount of mask is gonna do much. Again, don't take any advice from a street photographer, just turned streamer. Check for your local authorities. Check for your local police station on what you have to do. Or medical station. I don't know. Whichever is closest to you. Here we go. Check it out. I'm going to send you guys up in the air. Wow. I got to tell you something. This is my first live. photographed politicians, prime ministers, photographed Kim Campbell. I was on the tour bus with Kim Campbell. Yeah, illegally I jumped on her bus. And then they come to me and they go, excuse me. I'm like, yes. I go, are you with us? I'm like, I don't think so. They're like, the bus is leaving now. Do you mind? I'm like, no problem. So I was like sneaked in there. And Preston Manning, I was photographing Preston Manning. He was running Alberta or something. And who was the prime minister? Paul Martin. Yeah. I ended up in Paul Martin. Me and him were in a room for a longest time. And also other politicians. My favorite, Justin Nutt Trudeau is in the house. Thank you, Film Mission, for covering this. Let's hope Palm Youth is a real deal. Well, yeah, we got to find out. We don't know till we find out, right? Anybody else? Is anybody from Queen's Park protest here? Yeah, well, we are the Queen's Parkers. I know Sal's here somewhere in the audience. I don't know, did you call him? I got a feeling that there's few guys from Queen's Park here. I know Derek was saying he's going to come here, but we're going to find out. You see Korean? Who's that? Yeah, so I photographed.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see it. I see Justice Bieber.
Very nasty. You mean the photographer?
You want me to hold it?
No. Robert, Freedom Friends says, nice lighting. No, it's okay. It says there was a guy there with a mask, right? That's Kenyan. You know that guy? Okay. So people are recognizing the photographers in the audience. We have a very artistic. You know what? I'm getting hot. We dressed too much for this. Yeah. I guess there was a photographer there. Well, we're listening to the Mexican music to warm up in this other weather. That's not even a Mexican accent. What am I doing? What?
That's Italian.
That's Italian, yes. We got people in the chat. We got people in the chat and the actual audience are commenting on it. This is so popular. Not only getting comments from the chat, but from the audience. They were commenting about my misuse of Italian accent. Oh, black lady with. Oh, over there? Who's that?
Black lady with blue mask, red glasses.
Oh, these guys can see everything. Oh, there you go. That's the campaign manager. I recognize him. I photographed him last week. We got Trump hat. You guys are good in the chat. You're recognizing how high resolution is this? You can recognize the Trump hats, yes?
Hey, how are you? I'm John.
It's okay, they're Italian Mexican. Everybody's. I like accents myself.
John's a great guy.
I think accents make everything interesting.
He's a great guy.
You know.
We met 2 years ago on a phone. And then we met in
We're
then we met at the
13 minutes into live broadcast from Toronto at a Pierre Molyneux's town hall get together right across Skydome in the city. Live. Is that room full yet?
You raised him well.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's a member of Economic Forum. Like you gotta be there to get anywhere into politics. I don't know what's going on with that. It looks like everybody is a member of something. DJ is. What does it say? In room number 2, watching the screen. Oh, so there's other rooms? There are other rooms here? Wow.
His wife is here with us tonight.
Let's say hi to Omri. He's a DJ at Queen's Park. Our events, actually pretty good DJ. Now I got to tell you something. There is Sal right over there. You see him right there. And he just took his hat off.
I see him now.
I think he's got his coat on. I gotta say, Omri is a great DJ, guys. I gotta tell you, I'm a pretty much a rock and roller myself, and I never go clubbing. But like I like the kind of music he plays. It really, the way I figure it out is when I go back to edit the films, the dance films, and they're really nice. Because when I'm filming, I'm not a musician. I don't hear music, and when I go to home to edit the videos in studio, I feel like, wow, these are pretty interesting stuff. Really fun to edit to. So, and I've been to a few events and I like his music. And he works very hard. The guy works very hard, drags all that gear up in the winter time and battery powered. Like, we got to respect that. And without the music, the music and the dancing and the fun and the speakers and is a big part of the deal. Come on, feel the noise. God, I hope. All right, let's check this. Cheapest glasses ever. Crazy this.
They're just waiting for
Freedom Friends Canada says we're better off on our own in villages. Well, something to say about that. Yeah, I mean, once people get to... See, the thing is, once people get into power, you have to figure out why they want the power, right? Because if they're good looking, they could get into music, dancing, and become a movie star. If they're not so good looking, maybe they're smarter, they get into politics. But everybody wants power. Oh. Yeah, Canadian second please. You probably know him. He's from, he's a big supporter of the channel. How you doing, man? We're trying to cover this for us. From Mississauga, he's always holding a line. He's like, by the way, you know what? Second class, Leslie's here with me. I was telling her about the walk, doing the walk in, remember we were telling you about the walk?
Oh, yeah.
So he's done that walk. He's done that walk already. And the guy actually messaged me on Facebook. He says to me, for the audience, let's tell the audience what's going on. There's a guy in Waterdown, Ontario, in Burlington. He started walking, forget his name now. If you can put his name up in the chat, it'd be appreciated. He's doing 10 kilometers and then 20, and he's up to 30 kilometers. So he wants to get ready. So when the march across Canada comes to town, he wants to join them. So he asked us to go. So today he messaged me. He goes, I'm up to 30 kilometers if you want to come and catch me. Me and Les are planning to go and walk with him a little bit. I don't know if we can. We're gonna bring him our bikes. I don't know if that's rude. If he's walking and we're biking and filming from behind. Yeah, we can. We're not old enough to walk 30K. He has to be 70 plus. Freedom Friends. How do you know I like Motley Crue? These people must really know me personally. I photographed Motley Crue when they were in Vegas for a week straight. Oh, it was good times. The heavy music. Come on, feel the noise. And Van Halen. How's Van Halen fans doing in the audience? Metal music is for metal workers. You need a lot of grind and stuff. I don't know. Any music that has melody, I don't really care. Anything reggae, anything that has a beat to it and some guitar. It needs to have some guitar to it, you know. And second class. Did you do the walk with him this morning? Yeah, well, that guy's getting better and better. Well, yes, of course. Oh yeah, nice to see you. Wave to me if you're here. Let me see if we got David Lee Roth on stage. Oh, you gotta get up. Wave to me if you're in the room. Just give me a wave. Hands up. Hands up if you're in the room. Hands up. Hands up if you're in the room. I know we're on a delay. We're gonna catch you. We got Van Halen playing on stage right now. Ooh, David Lee Roth. I gotta talk so we don't get demonetized. Everybody, how I get up when I get down. You gotta top us all around. I don't see anybody waving. I see a waver? Nope, I don't see nobody waving. All right. Oh, is that you waving? Oh, there's a guy waving there. Is that us? No, I don't see anybody. I don't see. Yesterday, going tomorrow again. Oh my God, you went there yesterday. Second class went walking yesterday, and is going tomorrow. He said, second class. He said he might come to Ottawa on a bike with us.
Oh yeah?
So yeah, we got a third person. And he means it. This guy's fit. Ricky said. Of course, you got to be to get involved in, you know. You know what I noticed? There's no police escort here, which is kind of interesting. I mean, if this many truckers hang out anywhere, they probably have police everywhere. They don't. So. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Ah, that's right. The police would. Ah, yeah. Hands up, baby, hands up. Give me your vote. Give me your what? You're inspired by Boney M, I guess. Is that right? Ricky, is that a Boney M? Hands up. Isn't it a hands up song? Boney M. Give me your love. That's what you're referring to, right? Boney M. You're a Boney M fan, probably, or listen to it. Not a fan, but. Oh, freedom. Oh, are you? So you are. So Freedom Friends, are you the drummer? Oh, I see. There was a drummer and a couple of protester group. I called him Tommy Lee. Okay. I'm a metalhead in denial. Stop saying I'm a rock and roller. Listen, you probably play better than Tommy. Tommy's been a bit funky lately. All right, life's a highway. We are waiting. Oh, there's somebody waving. Are you waving at us? Oh, there you go. We got a waiver there. I don't know if they're waving at us or not. Let's not take all the attention from the future Prime Minister here in the audience. We got about, how many people do you think here? About 100? How many?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy.
That's my boyfriend. Okay, somebody says.
That's hilarious.
Your boyfriend, we found your boyfriend here in the audience. I hope he's not with somebody else. You know, we have no. Oh, the CBCs are wearing masks, man. Somebody says their boyfriend is here. Did your boyfriend tell you they were going to be here, or they said they're at work?
Yeah.
All right. Nothing's going on here. Are you waving at us? There's a guy waving. I don't know if he's waving at us or not. Is he waving at us? I don't recognize him. Let's get more people waving at us. All the way in the back. He says, wait a minute, that's my boyfriend. Just joking. Well, it's okay to have your boyfriend after hours at a political rally. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you don't want to catch him in other places. If you were live streaming at other places, maybe say a motocross track. Huh? Yeah. A motocross track or a mountain bike track. You know, like, or a car dealership, buying a Ferrari behind your back. Now, wouldn't that drive you crazy? He comes home, honey, how was your day? Oh, great. I just bought us a Ferrari. Well, me, not you. There are lots of people here in the audience. Hey, Hannah, how are you doing? Hannah's joining us live from either this room or from far away. Huh? Hannah's here. Hannah's in the chat, yeah. says how much security would be here if Trudeau was here. Well, none, because there would be hardly any crowds here, and all be their friends. I actually ran into Justin Trudeau about 3 weeks ago on Bloor Street. I was driving down to go where? To go make a film. I do walking films, by the way. Check out my channel. You know? Little plug. And then I saw these black limos outside a Ukrainian bakery. Right? I knew what was going on, so I said, oh, I got to catch this. So I drove in the first parking lot, and as soon as I got in, he jumped in the car and drove away. I don't know if it was personal or not, but yeah,
You just missed him.
Yeah, I just missed him. But it was a private, like, only.
I mean, he can't say anything unless he's supposed to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think what it was all. Then I kind of snooped around. Everybody around was like invited personally to that event, so there was like, it was not a, yeah. So I missed him by like, you know, and there was hardly any news on it. You know, it was not even. Did you see it?
Yeah, no. And then he went there and they dropped it.
Yeah, it was a Ukrainian.
Yeah.
It was his own photographer.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey Hannah, it looks good. Don't worry. I know you live far away. Hannah is always with us. Holding the line in Toronto. And Hannah's great. Did some speeches a couple of weeks ago. Maybe more. Thanks, Hannah. I don't know blackface. We don't have. Says I think blackface is watching my channel. We don't like to have people who do blackface watching our channel. If you're watching our channel, blackface, please hang up the phone.
Where the musically play, where the rappers play. So, let's make some noise!
Make some noise!
Here's the thing, we can hear you. So let's do it again, louder. Let's make some noise! My name is Sabrina Swinina. I was a candidate just last year in Don Valley North. I have a couple other people to introduce to you. We have Bob Sroyer, two-time MP in Markham Union. We have Robert Bajaj, who was a candidate in Brampton East. And
Let's go Brampton.
former MP John Barry, who is a national campaign coach for Pierre. So tonight, I know you want to hear from Pierre, not from me. Get your memberships, right? They're only $15. If you have your phone right now, you can pull up Pierre 4, the number 4, PM.ca.
Niagara
and you
Falls
can
was
go
amazing.
right now and purchase your membership. You must have a membership in order to vote. So be sure you get your membership. If you already have one, get your family and your friends, make sure they sign up. And now, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce probably the most important half of Pierre. They have been married for a few years now, and they make some noise and welcome Anna Hooray.
Live from Toronto. This is Film Mission.
Being here, and it's a real pleasure to see all of you here to support my husband. My husband and I, we are in this together, and we share a lot of common values. My family immigrated here, we came here as refugees, and we landed in Montreal. Don't hold it against me, people from Toronto. Donc j'ai grandi à Montréal, dans l'est de Montréal. We grew up in a working class area. When my father immigrated here, he had to jump on the back of a pickup truck and go and pick up vegetables, because that's what you had to do for a living back then. He went from managing a bank, wearing a business suit every day, to wearing secondhand clothes and just do any work to feed his family. And today, I'm proud to let you know, people from Toronto, that he now lives in Toronto, about 20 kilometers away from here. He owns a pharmacy, he owns a business, he owns a home, and it was all through hard work and self-made, and those are the values that he taught me. Now, my husband's story is a little bit different, but still the same in a way. So he was born to a teenage unwed mother who gave Pierre out for adoption to two wonderful school teachers. And they taught him the same values. He grew up with a single mother and worked really hard. And hard work and fighting for everything that you have is part of our core values. So my husband was born in Calgary. I'm born in Venezuela, Caracas, Venezuela, hablo español, y placer
Venezuela.
And I grew up in Montreal, dans l'est de Montréal, à Pointe-aux-Trembles. And here we are, west, east. Our household is diversity and unity all at once. Yeah! And that is our plan. And ladies and gentlemen, we will continue, the Poilievre household will stand together, continue fighting for these values of hard work, diversity and unity all at once. And for that, my husband, the man of the hour, the fighter that we all need for this, is right here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please round of applause in welcoming my husband, Pierre Poilievre.
Addressing the people in this room, let me acknowledge that because of the restraints of the fire marshal, there are another 400 people that have to be in another room, and I want to give them a welcome. They are happily in the Pilsner room today, which means that they get unlimited Pilsner throughout the event. I hesitate to tell all of you that, because I don't want you to go stampeding over there before my speech is over. I agree with Churchill when he said, alcohol has taken much out of me, but not as much as I've taken out of it. What a great event to be part of today. I see so many friendly faces. There's Bob Soroya, former member of Parliament. Give him a round of applause. Thank you, Bob. Bob is a fierce campaigner. He was elected in the 2019 election. Oh my goodness, we've got a troubled microphone. Is Justin Trudeau messing with my mic already? He knows that I've never met a mic I didn't like. Bob here went around the microphone and straight to the doorstep. That's how he won so many election campaigns. A real common man of the common people. And the problem with Bob is that he never wants to stop door knocking, even into the late hours. And in one of the more recent elections, he kept going after 9 o'clock. And he got to this house and the team said, Bob, knock it off. It's getting too late. You're going to start losing votes. And Bob said, listen, if I lose this election by 1 vote and I don't knock on that door, I'll never forgive myself. So he went up to the door, lights were all off. He rings the doorbell. Baby's crying. Lady opens the door. She says, you're in big trouble, mister. You just woke up my triplets who are 1 year old. And my husband, who weighs 300 pounds and is a boxer, is coming down to see you in a minute. He said, without missing a beat, that won't be necessary. I'm just going to move right along. Just tell him that the local Liberal candidate dropped by to say that. Bob always has the right answer. But, you know, isn't it great to have my wife Anna here with me today? Anna's family are taking care of our two little ones. Baby Cruz and Valentina are back in Ottawa, and they're in very good hands. A wonderful big family taking care of them so that we can be on the road. I'm very thankful for that. Hers is really the Canadian story, isn't it? It's the same story for all of us, though. You know, except for our First Nations peoples who were here before all of us, we're all the descendants of immigrants. We all came here, either this generation or in prior generations, for exactly the same reason. The opportunity to carve out of that big, cold patch of land called Canada our own little piece of paradise. Most of our ancestors, or most of us, came from places where there was no freedom, where governments dictated what we must do. They took land from the people and confiscated their wealth, limited what they could say and what they could express and what they could think. And so they came here to take back control of their lives. Not for free stuff, but for freedom, right? That's why they came. And you know, around the time that my great-grandfather would have arrived in Saskatchewan from France, Wilfrid Laurier was asked, what is Canada's nationality? Now, even back then, this was a complicated question to answer, because unlike European nations, which defined their nationality based on ethnicity, Scotland, Scottish, France, French, etc., here in Canada, we were already mixed up. We had the First Peoples, we had the Scots, the Irish, the English, the French, many from Asia had already arrived. So he said, Canada is freedom, and freedom is its nationality. And so
he makes a score on that point. There's a score point.
But lately, people have not felt so free in this country, have they? No, big, bossy governments have tried to dictate our health decisions. They've shut down businesses so many times, many can't reopen. We think of the 14-year-old girl suffering from depression after 2 years separated from her sporting and social activities. Or we think of the hard-working truck driver who lost his job because of a personal medical decision. We think of the small businessman who mortgaged his house to open a restaurant only to have it shut so many times he couldn't open it anymore. And that's just the medical freedoms that we've lost over the last several years. Think also about the economic freedoms. The 32-year-old living in his mom's basement because house prices have reached an average of $874,000. Or the single mom who's skipping meals so that her kids don't have to, because food inflation means that 4 in 5 families have actually cut back on the quantity or quality of their food just to be able to pay the bills. Or the working guy who can't afford to gas his vehicle because it's $1.70 a liter to fill up his tank. You know, this is happening for a very obvious reason. The cost of government is ballooning the cost of living. Inflationary taxes and deficits are driving up living expenses for all Canadians. More dollars chasing fewer goods always leads to inflation, but that's what happened when politicians run out of other people's money, right? First they tax, then they borrow, and then they start printing money. And that's what Justin Trudeau's government has done. They printed $400 billion of brand new cash in the last 2 years alone. Almost 1 in 5 of every dollars in circulation today was created since 2020, right? And so more dollars bid up fewer goods. We're not actually producing more, we're just costing more. It's like if you have an economy with 10 loaves of bread and $10, it's $1 for each loaf. But if you double the number of dollars to 20, you still have 10 loaves of bread. It's now $2 for a loaf of bread, right? It's the same thing in the Canadian economy today. You know, we have $400 billion pumped into the financial system to bid on the same nearly fixed supply of housing. And so what has happened as a result of that phenomenon? Well, we see it today. Just today, the Canadian Real Estate Association reported the national house price has risen to $874,000. In Toronto, it's arrived at $1.3 million. This is not for a mansion. This is for the typical home. The vast majority of people cannot now afford a typical home. I think of the trailer park that's 5 minutes from my house in Greeley, Ontario, South Ottawa. I went door knocking there and met a couple. They work in a quarry. They produce the aggregate that goes into the foundations for homes. They've calculated that not only can they not afford to ever to leave the trailer park today, but they will never be able to afford to leave. They make $100,000 between them, and yet there is no house that they can afford within the vicinity of their job. When the people who build our houses cannot afford to live in them, we have a fundamentally unjust economy, my friends.
That's right.
The most outrageously priced house in all of Vancouver. It was a tiny little bungalow, about 1,000 square feet, built probably about 50 years ago, and it's traded now for $4.8 million. $4.8 million. So I called the realtor through my team, and she said, "Don't worry, you can tear it down and build 2 triplexes." So that means 6 different units on the same property. So do the math. If it's $4.8 million for the land, well, that works out to $800,000 for every one of those units in land costs alone. Add another $200,000 for the construction, and another $200,000 more for government paperwork and approvals. So now you're up to $1.2 million for the privilege of living in a triplex, right? Now, the vast majority of people could not afford $1.2 million, but here's what's even more astounding about the story. 50 years ago, when that little bungalow was built, a welder, a plumber, a bus driver would have been able to afford it. One family, possibly on a single income, would have been able to afford that piece of land. Now, 50 years later, when you slice and dice that same land 6 different ways, those 6 families can't actually afford to buy it. Something is fundamentally broken. Here's what it is. We have a federal government that is printing cash, pumping it into the financial system. The people who get that money are those who have most access to the banking and financial system. The wealthy, the investor class. The number of mortgages that have gone to investors has increased by 100% since the government started printing money 2 years ago. The poor, the working class, the immigrants can't get in on that money because they don't have either the credit history, the collateral, or the access to financing to do it. So now the price of housing rises beyond the reach of the average person. Worse than that, local government gatekeepers block construction of new supply, meaning new bureaucracy, red tape, delays to get building permits, prevent builders from building. So you have one government subsidizing demand, another blocking supply. No wonder house prices have literally doubled since Justin Trudeau took office, up 100% in just 7 years. Justinflation, right? Justinflation. Well, the answer is we have to stop printing money and start building houses, right? It's very simple. So, a Poilievre government is going to reverse the money printing policies. Here's how. 1, we are going to stop the deficits that are causing the house prices to rise in the first place. How are we going to do that? I will cancel Trudeau's $100 billion slush fund. I will get rid of the multi-billion-dollar infrastructure bank, which exists only to pay bonuses to executives and to ensure profits for wealthy corporations. 3, I just found another $1 billion. We're going to defund the CBC. That was the most exciting $1 billion we've ever seen. new dollar of spending that's not budgeted for, they have to find a dollar of savings. That will prevent the ongoing creep and growth of government that piles on the backs of our people. You know, every single species in the universe has to live with something called scarcity. Every single species except a politician. A politician just passes on that scarcity to other people, right? You know, Thomas Sowell, the great economist, said, the first rule of economics is scarcity. People always want more stuff than there is to provide. The first rule of politics is to ignore the first rule of economics, right? And so that's why politicians just add and add and add and add new costs, because they know they can pass the cost on to you, and higher taxes, more debt, and increased inflation. But if we bring in a pay-as-you-go law that caps the amount of spending and makes sure that each dollar of new spending is matched with another dollar of savings, then you allow the taxpayer and the economy to catch up with the cost of government, balance our budget, and make government affordable so that life is affordable. They did this in the United States in the 1990s. And within 2 years of bringing in the law, they had a balanced budget for the only time in my adult lifetime. They paid off $400 billion of debt. And you know what happened? In the early 2000s, they got rid of the law, and Washington was back in a deficit within a year and a half. It's very clear, cause and effect. You have to internalize the scarcity on the politicians so that they can't just externalize it onto the onto the people. Making it very simple, it's time for the politicians to start pinching their pennies so that the people no longer have to. Just inflation is that we're going to get rid of the input taxes that's driving up the cost of everything. The Poilievre government will axe the carbon tax. The third thing we're going to do is get back to sound money again, right? You know, the reality is that the cost of living is rising because government's creating too much cash in order to spend it. You know, we had, in the post-war period, from 1945 to the early 1970s, Canada paid off all of its war debt, tripled the size of the economy, and created a burgeoning new middle class. The economy literally grew by 300%, vaporizing all of the debt that we had accumulated protecting freedom in Europe and in the Pacific. Now, that was possible in part because we had hard money. We wrestled inflation down to the ground. And when working class people went out and worked, and probably in a place just like this, they knew that they could bring home a paycheck that would buy them a decent quality of life. But in the early 1970s, the governments of the world started to throw all that away. It started with Richard Nixon. Of course, he was Tricky Dick, was spending like crazy on warfare and welfare. He was wanting to fund the war in Vietnam. So what did he do? He broke the contract with the rest of the world. Back then, it used to be the American government would give you an ounce of gold for every 35 American dollars you had. That kept the money hard. And all the other governments linked their money to the American dollar. Well, when Nixon threw away that link, what he did is unleash inflation in the United States of America. Gary Trudeau, over here on this side of the border, look down at all the poverty and all the division and all the lineups at gas stations for people who couldn't possibly put gas in their cars because of the runaway inflation. He said, looked at all the misery and said, why don't we have some of that up here? Right? And so he started printing money. By the early 1980s, we had 12% inflation and eventually 20% interest rates. The cost of government drove up the cost of living. And here we go again. Just like father, now like son, right? He's following the exact same path, which is leading to the exact same outcome. Higher inflation, a greater wealth gap, an attack on the working people. And we wrestled inflation to the ground for the 25 years between the two Trudeaus. We got it down to below 2%. A Poilievre government will reinstate sound money and ensure that the Bank of Canada's mandate is very simple. Keep inflation low, protect the purchasing power of our money, do not print cash for the wealthy to borrow and politicians. We can't allow the government to simply have a monopoly, a guaranteed monopoly. If the government's going to abuse our money, the people should have the freedom to choose other money. For example, Bitcoin. Now, I don't believe that Bitcoin has to be a legal tender. We have only one form of legal tender. It's coins and bills. That's all we do. That being said, people should have the freedom, buyers and sellers should have the freedom, if they choose, to use other forms of money. Government should not subsidize that money. It should not do anything to favor or disfavor that money. It should simply create a level playing field with simple, easy-to-follow rules and strong sanctions for anyone who acts fraudulently, so that the free market can decide which money people want to use, and the government can be on notice that people have other options, that if they're going to abuse our money, we can use other money and have that freedom. We need to take control of money away from politicians and bankers and give it back to the people. To build more homes, grow more food, and generate more Canadian energy. So this is how we're going to do it. That means getting rid of the gatekeepers, right? The gatekeepers who stand in the way of our people. Let's start with housing. In Vancouver today, the cost of government regulation and red tape is $644,000 for each unit of housing. Here in Toronto, it's also almost $250,000. GTA municipalities have accumulated about $5 billion of surplus development charges, money that was collected on the construction of the original homes but not deployed for the local infrastructure needed to service them. That all drives up the cost of purchasing a house in the first place. No wonder our young people are priced out of the market. Meanwhile, we have the fewest houses per capita of any country in the G7, even though we have the most land and the fewest people. Our housing prices, for example, Canada has the second biggest housing bubble on earth. Vancouver is the third most unaffordable housing market in the world, and Toronto is the 10th, ahead of New York, Los Angeles, London, England, other places with more money, more people, and less land. So what's happening is the gatekeepers are preventing the construction of the new housing and effectively shutting young people, immigrants, and the working class out of homes. Enough is enough. A Poilievre government will stand up to the gatekeepers by imposing real financial penalties on gatekeeping municipal politicians who stand in the way of construction. Here's how it will work. One, a Poilievre government will have a bureau in the infrastructure department to receive and investigate complaints of egregious examples of NIMBYism and gatekeeping, and will withhold infrastructure funds from politicians that carry out that NIMBYism and gatekeeping. If municipalities want to have more infrastructure dollars, a Poilievre government will tie those dollars to new completed houses built. You want more money, you have to allow for more houses. And we're going to require that for every single federally funded transit project, they must pre-approve permits for building high-density housing and employment right around the station, so that young people without cars can live right where the transit is, get to work, and have an affordable life. We're going to remove the gatekeepers to build millions of new homes in this country, and I'm going to sell off 15% of the 37,000 federal buildings in this country, so that those can be converted into housing as well. How many new housing units for young people do you think we could create if we sold off the CBC's headquarters here? It's not just houses, it's also energy, isn't it? We have the most ethical energy sector in the world. We should start producing our own energy. He suddenly realized that if we stop producing and exporting our oil, all that would happen is that foreign dictators would eat up the market share, right? How do you think Putin is paying for all of his attacks on the Ukrainian people? He's doing it through energy sales that we could have in Canada if there had been an Energy East pipeline to take 1 million barrels of Western oil, to Eastern Canadian refineries, right? Cuba flag. Freedom for Cuba. Libertad. Now, how is Cuba getting its money from Venezuela and the dictatorship in Venezuela? Where do they get their money? By selling oil onto the international market that we're not providing because of Trudeau's anti-energy policy. So I will repeal the anti-energy bill C-69, the ban on exporting oil off of our northwest coast of British Columbia, and I will rapidly approve projects to build Canadian pipelines in the country. It's also natural gas. We have 1,300 trillion cubic feet of natural gas right beneath our feet that could be used to shut down coal-fired plants in Asia so that we can actually fight climate change for real in this country. We have the closest place in all of North America to Asia, British Columbia. Shorter shipping distances than from the Gulf. The closest point in North America to Europe, Newfoundland. You know what they're doing in Newfoundland? They're proposing a project to pipe natural gas from the Jeanne offshore oil field over to the shore where it will be cooled to minus 161 degrees. Because that's how you turn a gas into a liquid, right? And cool it down. And what do we have in Canada? Lots of cold weather. It's our most abundant natural resource. It's true. I was actually in Saskatchewan recently. It was so cold, there were actually Liberals with their hands in their own pockets there. Seriously, the engineers tell me that it actually reduces the cost of liquefying natural gas by about 25% if you do it up here in cold Canada than if you do it down in the hot Gulf Coast. And so they're going to cool it down and ship it off to Europe to break European dependence on Putin's natural gas so that no longer will the European consumer be forced to subsidize the Russian military. And it's not just that. Newfoundland has a plan to increase its production of oil by 400,000 barrels a day. Do you know how many barrels a day we import in Eastern Canada from overseas? 130,000 barrels of Saudi, Nigerian, and other foreign oil comes off our east coast. So here's the plan, folks. A Poilievre government will approve Newfoundland's plan to expand its production by 400,000 barrels a day to displace all of the overseas oils we're importing, and I will ban overseas oil in Canada. Our country. That is our plan, isn't it? But we have to get the gatekeepers out of the way to make it happen. It's not just in energy and housing. The gatekeepers stand in the way of our talented and skilled immigrants that come here 300,000 or 400,000 a year. Many of them are skilled doctors, engineers, lawyers, and others. They can't actually work in their profession because provincial gatekeepers prevent them from getting a license to practice. And this means that we lose out on doctors. How many of you don't have a family doctor here today? Yeah, lots of people. And isn't it maddening that people are going without family doctors, and we have immigrants who are desperate to have those jobs and have been qualified to do them in other countries? The most ridiculous example I heard recently was when a gentleman from the Aviation Association came to Parliament and said, look, we got this mechanic. He was working on Air Canada planes in Germany when they landed in Munich. He immigrated to Canada, and they wouldn't grant him a license to be an aviation mechanic on the very same planes. These are the gatekeepers that kill paychecks and hold back our economy, deprive people of the Canadian dream that Anna spoke about, of an immigrant coming here, bringing their talents and their abilities. So a Poilievre government will instate a rule that provincial governments getting federal money for immigration should work to get a 60-day guarantee. 60 days after a professional body gets an application from an immigrant to work in the field, they should get a yes-no answer. And if they can't get approved, they should get a small study loan so that they can up their skills, get over the finish line, get to work, have big, powerful, Canadian inflation-proof paychecks in their field and occupations. Of all. The worst gatekeepers now are the speech gatekeepers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Big government telling us what we have to think and say and believe. Trudeau has actually proposed a new law, C11, that would allow a government bureaucracy to manipulate social media algorithms to favor certain content, force feed onto your Facebook, your Instagram, and your other platforms, material that you would otherwise not want to watch. They believe that you're not watching enough Canadian content, as defined by them. Now, by their definition, a CBC story that is plagiarized from CNN, that is recorded in Washington, D.C., about American politics that doesn't even mention Canada, would be considered Canadian content. But the lady who is doing a Facebook post about raising funds for the local hockey club in her Brampton neighborhood, she would not be considered Canadian content because she doesn't have a lobbyist to get the government gatekeepers at the CRTC to favor her online posts. What this is about is concentrating more and more power in the hands of government, taking it away from the people and giving it to the powerful. Furthermore, he wants to create something called a Digital Harms Commission. This commissioner would scour the internet and censor things that he considers harmful, not criminal. Remember, we already have a criminal code for any crimes that are committed online. The police can arrest people. But this would be to determine if anybody is doing something the government considers to be harmful. Experts say that if these bills pass and this agenda is implemented, Canada would have the most controlled internet in the entire democratic world. So they just tried to censor me with my microphone, just like that. So basically, there would be no country other than a dictatorship that would have this much control of the internet. So, well, there's China, yeah, that's right. China, and remember, Trudeau has said that he admires the basic, these communist dictators, right? So we know that is his agenda. He's expressed his admiration for Fidel Castro, and now he's implementing, Shane is right, and now he is implementing the same kind of oppressive and censorship that we see in countries around the world that we should never try to replicate here at home. So here's the plan, folks. A Poilievre government will repeal C11 and will end the government takeover of the internet to restore freedom of speech. Mark Twain once said that the two most important days in your life are the day that you're born and the day you find out why you were born. Why is the most important question we should all ask every single day, every time we do something. So why am I running for Prime Minister? Let me be very clear why. Because people feel like they've lost control of their lives, and I'm running to make Canada the freest nation on earth so that people can take back control. You should have the freedom to be able to fill up the tank in your car. You should have the freedom to decide what you think and what you believe without government interference or censorship. You should have the freedom, if you're a newcomer to Canada, to work in the profession for which you worked so hard to train and prepare yourself. You should have the freedom to make your own medical decisions with no more vaccine mandates. Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, when he signed into law our Bill of Rights, he said, I am a Canadian, a free Canadian, free to speak without fear, free to stand for what I think right, free to oppose what I believe wrong, free to worship God in my own way, free to choose those who shall govern my country. It is this heritage of freedom I pledge to uphold for myself and for all of mankind. Thank you very much.
At Toronto Live. How you doing? Thank you. We kept bumping to this nice lady in the front of us. Do you want to come to the channel? I didn't know. So here we are live in Toronto. We just heard the speech right across Skydome. I guess there's going to be a meet and greet right now. The media platform's right behind us. There you go, just getting a sign. There you go, beautiful, thank you. Did you like the speech? What do you think? Rating the speech, 1 to 10.
And 11.
He is rating the speech. What do you rate the speech at?
20.
Wow. Anybody else? What do you guys like the speech?
I'm sorry?
You guys like the speech? What do you rate it at? 1 to 10.
I would say an 11.
11. Anything you wanted him to add?
No, I love the fact that he was talking about trained professionals from other countries immigrating to this country. The idea of if they have an issue with their license, that there must be a response within 60 days and offer training. I think that's really, really important. We're looking for equality in Canada, right?
Thank you.
We invite people to our home. We have to be good guests.
Thanks. All right, here we are. What's going on right now? There going to be a signing thing? All right, let's check out the people. How did you guys like the speech? You were happy with the speech?
Oh, yes.
1 to 10.
11.
11. Happy with the speech? What did you want to add more? What was your favorite part of the speech?
Ending censorship and giving and the mandates. Those are my two issues.
That's good. I like the censorship idea myself. I appreciate it. Thank you. I like the censorship idea myself. It's very important. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Here we are. Leslie, come here. Wow, what's going on? So I guess now it's a meet and greet. Let's just move closer to the front. Let's go see if we can sneak our way through the front to see if we can get anything else for you guys. Beautiful audience. Thanks for all the subs. Sorry I missed some of the comments. I was watching the comments through. It was kind of fun. But I couldn't really talk over the speeches. That would be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah? How'd you guys like the speech?
We're live.
You loved it?
Loved it.
Which was your favorite part of the speech?
You know what? The whole thing about freedom.
Freedom, yes.
Freedom of expression,
freedom of speech on the internet, yes?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Thanks for coming out, guys. Thanks for... We're doing a live interview, wow. This is my first month on the job here, live stream. This is my first live stream of a political event. Hey, how are you? I know you. You were waving at me.
Yeah. My girlfriend's watching a live stream right now.
How do I know your girlfriend?
I don't know.
How did the girlfriend... Do you know me?
No, she was watching online, and,
I
she,
see.
and she sent me the link, and I started watching.
Wow,
and
so
I was
you...
like, oh, he's over there.
That's you.
And I was waving.
Wow, this is the boyfriend of the girlfriend found out. I was saying, you know, it's okay to find your boyfriend at a political rally.
Oh, yeah. She's like, you better not be with someone else.
Well, no, I said it's a problem if you at a Ferrari rally buying a honey. I just bought a Ferrari for us, for me. I mean, that's such a coincidence. My channel is Film Mission.
Were you at the trucker protest?
Yeah.
Oh, so I was there almost every single day.
Cool.
I was also watching the live streams.
Yeah, so now I just started this live streaming, Film Mission, so check it out. That's really interesting.
Yeah, she sent me the link. And I looked at it, and I was going to try and get behind your filming.
That would have been fun.
I said, okay, I'll just wait till he bans across. Okay,
that was funny. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. I was like, did you see me? Did you see me?
That's such a cool thing. Thanks.
Watching right now.
Huh? She's in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Ottawa. Say hi to your girlfriend.
Hi, Eleonora.
Any messages?
No.
Beautiful. Look at this.
Say hi to Chi-Chi for me.
There you go. Film Mission is bringing people across the country together. Thank you. Thanks a lot. That's what a coincidence. You know, lots of people still here. I like this guy's hat. I like your hat. This hat is super styling. Beautiful shot of the... Very cool hat. Very cool hat. We got Sal. Hey, how you doing? We're live. How did you like the speech? You like the speech?
A speech? No, Mr. Poilievre did a speech. I'm just here to support the truckers and for freedom. That's it.
Truckers for freedom?
Yeah, truckers for freedom. And as I heard that new variant of freedom convoy is coming.
That's right.
New variant is coming.
New variant is coming.
Daniel.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, it's good to see you.
I've seen you on stage before.
I'm usually the one doing the talking. But
I've got some pictures of you too.
Oh, okay, cool.
From the Queen's Park.
Hi, yeah, well, send them to me.
I will. Just get James.
I'm gonna connect Daniel to you.
All right, we're doing live. We covered this live here. How you guys doing? Good. So what's going on here? All right. It's a lineup for meet and greet and photographs. Hannah says hi.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
You will miss here. No, you were missed here. Sorry about the grammar.
Yes. Hannah's holding a line from wherever she is. Hannah holds the line.
Flexible with what.
So we're on stage right now. Beautiful. All right. I think anything else you guys want to do? We are on stage, and I think that lineups for people to get. What's going on? What's going on?
Hello.
Hello. I don't know what's going on there. All right, so this is the lineup to get signs. Yes.
Ask for you for a photo.
Yes, where?
With me and Mr. Sabrina.
Sure. All right, so, yeah, hold it. Just follow me. Yeah, you don't need the battery. I think we're good. Just follow me and just, yeah, it's just like, go wild.
Can you
Just,
plug this in?
huh?
It's completely dead.
Just follow and just shoot me making photos. Just shoot me. And I want to be in the film. Mission wants to be. Okay, let's go. Wow, you're styling, Sal. Sound is styling. Everybody film mission on a mission.
All right.
We got cameras. Now we're in front of the camera. There we go.
right.
Leslie's operating the camera, so if it's a lot of shaking, blame it on her.
No, I have a lot of pressure.
How you guys doing? Good. You guys had a great seat.
Yeah,
The worst lighting in the world.
Yeah, photograph that.
Don't need to have just that.
Photo shoot. Oh yeah, very nice.
Good.
It's okay. The lighting was just terrible.
Yeah. Let's do that again.
The lighting is terrible here.
I'm gonna kill you. I don't care about the Okay. That's good. That's good. When you criticize me, that's good. I like these photographers. Do this, do that.
Okay.
Amari there?
DJ?
DJ Amari
Yeah,
there?
where is DJ Omari?
Hannah wants to know.
Keep the camera straight. Let me see. DJ Omari is in. Let's go walk this way. See if we can find DJ. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa! Live from Toronto. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Thanks. Wow! Look at this. I guess this is a lineup to get photographs with the. Let's get outside. Let's go outside. I think they had an overflow room, and I think that's where the DJ is. Let's go outside and do a little bit of.
You know where the Intercontinental is, right?
Oh, it's super cold outside. How you guys doing? Thank you. Whoa! I don't have hands. Sorry. Thank you. We're right here underneath the CN Tower in Toronto. Wow, what a craziness! Here we got what's that? Some media going in. We're trying to catch somebody doing something wrong and blaming the whole. Wow, look at that train. It's not bad. This is a lineup to get signatures, I think.
Yeah. Photos, questions. He's asking the question.
Asking the question. So, okay, let me ask him. So, let's see. So, what is this lineup for?
Photos with Poilievre.
Oh, this is the lineup. Wow, look at the lineup. It goes all the way down there? Oh, man. You know what? That's a lot of people he's got to take pictures with. There's even people in there. That's a tough job. That's the worst. That's the worst. This stuff's here. And it's cold out here. And then inside I'd say there's quite a few people waiting to get their pictures done. We're underneath this Pacific Canadian train right across the city. How many people got watching? How you guys doing? We have 27 people watching. Let's see what this guy says.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take you guys in chunks and kind of put you inside, right? But I'm only gonna take chunks. So Finish your cigarette. Everyone's waiting on you now. Very good. Okay, so just listen. Okay, so
This is what's going to happen.
so once they go, just go to the front of the line. I'm going to take you in.
Quite a lot of people here.
Okay, it's easier.
Right underneath the
So,
famous Canadian CN Tower.
You to the baby. I'm walking you.
All right, the baby gets in. The baby's getting in. Single file, everybody.
Don't lose me. Okay.
Hannah says she's never been to CN Tower. We were just talking about CN Tower. Hannah, maybe we have to take you. Huh?
Let's go.
Hannah wants to go CN Tower. Maybe we'll take Hannah up to CN Tower. How much is it to get?
Free tickets? I don't know. We gotta look
Yeah, we need 3 tickets. It's going to cost Hannah like a month. Do you know how much it is to go up CN Tower?
Sorry?
Do you know how much it costs to go CN Tower?
No.
No. Have you ever been up to CN Tower?
Yes.
Is it good? People don't like going up there.
It's not that fun.
Why?
Because when we went, the bar was closed.
Have you been to Paris?
No.
Have you been to Eiffel Tower? I guess not. Yeah. Eiffel Tower was fun. That's good. Yeah. So Hannah, see, people are saying it's not that much fun, but if you want to drop like, I guess, maybe 40 bucks.
You guys got some money? Go ahead.
How much was it? Have you been there?
I haven't, but I know that the prices are pretty crazy.
Got it. $60.
We were guessing 40, but
I don't think so. We're old. So it's probably $60. Anybody knows how much it is to go up to CN Tower? People want to ask, people want to go up on the chat. How much is it to go up to CN Tower? Anybody's been to CN Tower?
Not in the last 2 years.
Huh?
Okay. Tower since 2003.
Are you guys together?
See, I think that's a problem.
20 years, 19 years.
19. Anybody been to CN Tower lately knows how much it is? Wow.
Hey, buddy, what's going on? What's up?
Hey, how are you? Ottawa. No.
Trying to get in here.
Local Torontonians, because local Torontonians don't go to the CN Tower. You have to ask a tourist.
We gotta ask a tourist. We gotta go. I thought this is a tourist area. That's right. He got in. So were you in a? I think he was. It is called. What's my YouTube channel? Quick. Film Mission. Film Mission.
So what are you filming right now?
Yeah, we're live right now. Look at this. Live. No, I just covered the
for?
speech. You guys were in the speech.
Yeah, but I was in the other room though.
Oh yeah, so we got that speech. You guys want to see the speech? Just jump in. And we're just showing the city to all the folks from across the Canada. Look, that building is like they're building that one. You. All right. All right, guys. There we go. There we go. There we go. This is gonna be a while for these people to get their signatures done. We're in the smoking room. Let's go check inside. How are we doing? We got 30 of you watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, hit the subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, pass it along to your friends if they're interested in seeing the speech. We got it in entirety. We got the whole speech. So this is a massive lineup.
oh yeah.
Massive lineup. This lineup is go on for a long time. These are the hardcore people. Want to get a sign happening. You dropped something. You moved the stage back. Yeah, it's pretty big lineup. Each person gets a photograph, a handshake. It's a lot of work. You want a picture? Sal wants a picture.
Post the live now going on.
In front of the live. We're live from Toronto. We love you, Toronto.
Where is Mr. Soraya?
We're live. We're always live. Interview DJ. We gotta go interview DJ. Come Sal. The chat wants us to go find Omri. Omri, where are you? Probably Omri is like, what do you want to ask? We got Michael Jackson. Hey, we got Derek in the house. Derek, you live on Film Mission. Whoa! Were you in this room?
My buddy.
Hey, were you in this room?
Yeah, I was actually in the media area.
Okay, we were like in front of you. We were covering it live, so you know.
Networking tip, everyone. Okay, be confident. Don't be afraid of rejection, and most of all, act like you belong, and you'll belong. So I was standing in the media area, and I got to see all the expressions on the CBC camera woman and the CBC cameraman's faces. I got to see their expressions every time Pierre said to defund the CBC, and that was a lot of fun. I took some photos too that I can share with all of you.
Beautiful. Derek was backstage with the CBC and was sneaking on them, see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? No, that's Derek. He's Omri's in the back.
Freedom Convoy TO. FreedomConvoyTO.ca. Go.
We're going to see everybody on Saturday downtown.
How many people are watching?
Right now we have, 23?
Not bad, not bad.
23.
Every Saturday. Every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday noon, north side of Queen's Park. Be there or you're part of the problem.
All right. We got 23,000 of closest friends watching on YouTube.
I love you, Phil Mission, by the way.
All right, man. Thanks.
Awesome work.
No problem. Thank you.
Make me, I'm the nerdiest guy around. You managed to make me look cool.
You're fine. You just have to, fix it up. I know what to do.
Yeah, fix it up a bit. Yeah.
Don't worry, man.
Well, I wasn't expecting to be in front of a camera so much when I first started doing this.
Listen,
so I'm working on it. I got the haircut.
Well, yeah, the beard was good. You know what? You start being on stage, you're going to be in front of the camera. You know what? It's like styling for camera and acting is for politicians are very important, right?
I mean, I'm not a politician, but
well,
yeah.
If you want to be on stage, you know all sorts of
influence.
stuff. I can help with all that. All right, let's go find Omri and
You don't know where Amari is?
He's in the lineup somewhere.
Oh, he's in the lineup?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go check in on him. I'll see you around. Let's go find Omri. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go outside. Let's see what you want to ask. Maybe find it. Oh, shit. I think he went inside already, didn't he? He might have. Because I don't see him there. Can we see him there? No, I don't see him. I think it's gone inside. It's got a lot darker. CN Tower is still there for the people who are watching from out of town. That's Toronto. Oh, look, the Sky Dome is over here. Sky Dome. We like Sky Dome, right? This Sky Dome. That is... Okay, I'm going to ask him what always the crowd wants to hear. I'm going to go find him. That's the Toronto's famous Sky Dome. Let's go find Omri. I saw him. I should have, he's always on stage, and he's always bigger than life. He's always on, Queen's Park stage. And Queen's Park stage is, 20 meters in the air. So when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, he's a different size. Oh, there it is. Oh, there you go.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
People are asking. They want to know in the chat. Hannah says, how do you know what to play that the crowd loves in the park? How do you find the music? What's your inspiration? I said, I love your music.
I just play what feels good to me.
It's good.
And I just play it and I just do it well, and I guess people just resonate with it. I don't know how I do it. I guess God does something, and then I just.
I'm not into dance music, but I was saying before earlier, when I go home to edit the videos, I never go to clubbing. I like the music. It works. I go, wow.
No, I get that a lot from people. Like a lot of people will come to me like, I don't really like the type of music that you. I don't really like that type of music, but when you play it, they have to tell me when you play it, I really like it.
Yeah, I know.
And it's something.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
because I'm not into every time I hear that club music, I'm like, no. But
there's certain tracks I know.
I don't know.
I know how to select that get people. They get people going, get their spirits up, get them motivated.
Yeah, when I go to edit, and I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds really I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What am I listening to club music? Here, Hannah, so...
Thank you. That's all good, man.
Some people are watching, I was covering it.
Oh, good. How's everyone how many people are watching it? They like it?
We had 50 people during the speech, now we have 20 people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it's good. They come and go. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, I just came out to see the kind of feel the type of people that are here, and compared to Queen's Park, I want to know I kind of have an idea of what other people can we reach, right? Yeah. And stuff. And this is it's a different crowd, so obviously you have to take a different strategy, right? But but it's good.
People like the freedom of speech thing with the internet.
But we need to get on the ground outside of Queen's Park. We need to get on the ground with some basic information, right? We have to convince people to reject the digital ID and stuff like that, right? Not just going to Queen's Park and it's okay, there's a trucker convoy protest event and stuff. We need to reach people because there's people that don't really they don't resonate with that, right? But if they'll resonate with stuff like, okay, digital ID, what are the negative effects of it, like digital currency, digital ID. We have to hand that stuff out on the streets and plaster it out there so it gets into their mind about like what's coming, what's going on, and what they have to reject, right?
Yeah,
and then also come to Queen's Park, and then when they come to Queen's Park, right? Not like any label, not like they're joining a convoy or whatever. They're coming to Queen's Park to meet, to get more information. Then when they get there, then they see that there's a diverse amount of like a diverse type of crowd, right? Then he'd be like, oh yeah, okay, it's not what I expected, right? There's lots of people from different backgrounds of life here that like agree on the same thing, right? So that's what we have to start doing more of outside of Queen's Park, right?
Can I say something?
Sure.
We are big Omari fans in our family, and I have two little boys whose favorite holiday is Halloween, and it just got up and canceled in 2020. All of a sudden. And this guy had the beats, and we came down in our costumes, and we walked distance, whatever, and we danced all the way around downtown, and we had the best Halloween ever.
I missed that. Hey, I missed that, huh?
Thank you.
Oh, that's just gorgeous. Shit, I missed that. It was Halloween. I was on my own, riding my bike around, and I'm filming myself. That's what I was doing. I was riding. People don't realize that freedom of expression, they always think it's politics, but art is also part of that, right?
Yeah.
Photographers, musicians, they could say you can't play this, you can't say that word in a song. Artists always suffer when the freedom of speech is tightened up. Hey, go ahead. We're done. Come on.
He's way more important than me. He's way more important.
How you guys doing?
We're together, by the way. We're partners, by the way.
We're doing it. People in the chat wanted to talk.
We're gonna wrap her off deal. Wait just a sorry. Why am I? What's your name, say?
Film Mission. We're Film Mission. We're like a YouTube channel called Film Mission. Yeah, we're just right.
So what do you guys about,
The channel was about walking and biking in the city, in the neighborhoods. The channel was biking and walking in the city, and I cover all these events. I met these guys at the Queen's Park.
Yeah. So why are you here today? What brought you to this event?
Well,
what made you think this would be interesting today, sir?
Why did I what?
Why did you think this would be interesting today, sir?
Well, because it's a speech. The country's in
the speech. I was late. What was the speech? How did the speech go? Tell me about the speech.
You were late?
I was late. I have a lot going on.
Well, basically, speech is about. Basically, in a quick. Well, you're gonna watch the channel. Film Mission. The whole thing is on this channel. The whole thing. Film Mission. You gotta remember that. Film Mission. Let's get it down because you're gonna watch the whole speech right here, right now. Main theme of the speech was freedom of speech on the internet. Yeah. Freedom of expression with your body.
Love it.
Right?
Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. Everybody loves that. Film Mission. Film Mission on YouTube. Yeah, we got the whole shebang there. Man, thanks. Nice meeting you.
So how do I connect with you?
Huh?
How do I connect with you?
On the channel.
So I'm starting
You what? Okay. Okay. Send me on YouTube. There's my Instagram there on the about section. Send me a. What do you have? I'm gonna set. I'll have my email on my YouTube about page. Yeah, check it on the about page. Yes, we'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Well, send me the information. I'll look at it. Thanks, man. Take care. We got the Queen's Park gang. Let's get together for a shot. You guys want a picture? A video? Let's do a photograph. Hold it. Freedom. Hold on. Beautiful. Are you guys gonna do a freedom chant on live?
It says 11 a.m. but
are you sticking those everywhere? Guys, this is there is an event going on this Saturday. It's called. Let me read it. It's called Freedom Convoy Toronto. Toronto. Freedom coming to Toronto.
New variant is coming.
New variant is coming. Look at this. So it's what time is it? It's 12 o'clock every Saturday.
Maury gets there at 11 though.
I start at 11, but I make sure sound's all checked up and everything. But then,
Listen, if you want to listen to some music, there's some music afterwards, a dance party.
Yes.
Which, but the dance party is not bad. Not bad. We got some, huh? Dancing. Listen, you know what? After walking 2 hours, that's crazy time, right? 2 hours of
Not walking, running.
running 2 hours. Then they dance for 2 hours. I've gotten a lot fitter. I got to tell you.
I'm trying to lose weight, and this is a good way. I can make Canada better and make my body better. It's awesome.
Guys, cut down the sugar and do these marches once a week. You'll be super fit. You're gonna give up your membership. Yeah. I always tell people in the chat that it's even if you don't like freedom.
I can say that. Cutting the sugar is the easy part.
The what? Cut the sugar?
Cutting the sugar is the easy part. Believe me, 4 hours, wow, lots of fun, you know.
It's fun. It is a great time on the weekends in Toronto. The march is fun. Lots of fun people. And yeah, just gonna get fit. 2 hours of walking, it's like 10, 12 kilometers.
yeah.
And then dancing, you know.
No, I remember back like it was probably like 2021. We did a march for like I think it was like 4 hours. We had a 4-hour march. And because like that's when the cops came and we couldn't really have speeches at Queen's Park, so we had to just gather and then kick off the march. So we took march like around like 12:30. Went for like 4 hours, man. Like my legs were my calves blew up. I was like I couldn't walk anymore.
4-hour marches.
Yeah,
We're lucky, man. We're lucky we got at the 2 hour.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I've seen protests in New York. The Lebanese had a march. The Trump anti-Trump pants had a march. They would always come by my place. Black lives, everything. You know what? They would just go from this side of the street to that side of the street, and that was over. Really, you know?
Don't worry, you're down Toronto. Freedom March. We're hardcore.
Yeah,
We're hardcore. Man.
Every march was from this side of.
We are so fringe. We are so fringe.
We are very fringe, crazy people.
You can see fringe. We are both white supremacists, you know.
Let's take a picture.
Two white supremacists, friends.
Keep your chin up for the light, please. The worst lighting in the world here. Where's Leslie? Every time I leave Leslie around. What is she doing? All right. Let's check. Oh, here. Let's go check on. Here, check on Leslie. Is she sneaking in the line? Leslie, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You found a new friend?
Conversation. Yeah, it's Daniel.
How are you doing? So what are we doing? Are we going to head out?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to this guy?
No, hang out here. I'll just walk around a bit. All right, guys, I think that's it for the evening show on Film Mission. Look at this lineup here. People are waiting. I don't know. I don't think the photographer's even started yet. Oh, I guess it goes in that room. Wow, that's good. So we have no access. One by one. Signage in that room. It was a great speech. Lots of cool people. Thanks for everybody in the chat for hanging out with us and watching the speech. It's kind of an entertainment channel, so we joke around and we have fun and don't take any advice. Seriously, we don't give any medical or financial, any of those kind of advices. We're having fun with everybody. I'm going to read the chat later. Maybe now I read it. My glasses fell and I stepped on them. And somebody handed them over to me, but I've already broken half of it. Yeah, just walking through our lineup. Thank you. Good job. Guys, thanks a lot. Jay Neal says thank you. Fred says thank you. Guys, you know, I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody that watched. There got like 18, 20 of you watching around. I really want to appreciate you guys. Say big thanks to everybody in this channel to support me. I started this channel last year. And as a new thing, as a walking, and I love doing these live streams, and I like to bring these events that to everybody. Raw, uncut, and fun. I try to make it a little bit artistic. I don't want to cut anything, edit anything out. I want to keep it as real. I'll do some interviews. I did some interviews with people. And it's good times. We're going to go outside and we're going to say goodbye. So it's quiet. All right, yes. And if you like the channel, subscribe, please. Share it with your friends. Beautiful. Light rain in Toronto. The city. Darkness has come. And that's our Sky Dome. Smoking. Good old Sky Dome. Anyway, thanks everybody. Hannah says dance party starts at 4 o'clock. But guys, just don't come to the dance party. Come to the march because that's fun. I like the march itself fun and the dance party. I'm not a dancer, but if you're at the dance party, I will photograph you and make a cool video. A dance video. We've done some of those on the site. If you like, check it out. Hannah says she always listens to my Film Mission's advice. Hannah, you're on your own. Oh my God, I love this.
Hunger Games, right?
It's around 12 to 2. Look, the speeches are at 12. March started at 2, like 10 to 2 or something. Dance started around 4 o'clock. Nothing is rigid. Just come when you want. And if you don't know where we are and you're late because you slept in on a Saturday, which is acceptable. Some of us work late night Fridays. All night editing. Some of us, it's okay. So what you do is you just watch my live and you find out where you are. Just send a message on live. Hey, Film Mission, where the hell are you? And we'll tell you, give you exact address, live location, and you can follow us. So if you're late, just check on the mission. Got 20 people watching, more people watching. Second class Canadian gives us a thumbs up and a Canadian flag. Second class is all flagged up there. Terry says thank you. Is Terry a new subscriber? I think, maybe. Institutionalized 88, thank you. JS says good job. Thank you, Film Mission. Marching, second class Canadians marching for Canada. Like, tell DJ. Hannah says, tell DJ to invite Pierre. That would be good. Hey, Pierre, you want to come to Queen's Park? What's going on there? Not much. Just a couple of 100,000 closest friends. It's raining out here. I'm getting a little bit, so get Pierre there. He'll win for sure. He needs to join us. He's already too big. He's already got the security happening. All right. Another look at the CN Tower that Hannah says wants to. Wow, look at it. It's all fogged up now. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened? All right, guys. 21 people, 24 people. Oh my God. Any questions? Anybody has any questions from Film Mission while we're getting wet here? This app's so touchy. Let's not rely on the politicians alone. Yes, politicians have a job to get elected and have fun, right? That's the job, to get elected, have power and have fun. Have limos and private jets and girls and parties and whatever they like. Big boats, whatever they like. That's their job. Okay, we all know that, right? So our job as the voters is to keep them accountable for that, what they promised us. That's our job. If we don't do our job, we can't complain about them, okay? If you pick the wrong person or don't hold them accountable for what they promised, then it's our fault in a democracy, so-called democracy, right? Like who do you think is gonna think about it? Who's gonna wait in line to sign 2-3 hours in a stuffy room, meet a bunch of strangers and shake their hands? You know I've done that. You know how much work that is? Just pretend you're nice to thousands of people after the speech. That's a lot of hard work. When you're busy, you have to be nice to people that you don't know. That's hard work. You do that to gain power because you want that. So we have to hold them accountable for freedom. Anna's yelling freedom from all the way far away, and we can hear you, Anna. Anna, we can hear you.
So I figured out how to get you in line.
Yeah, kiss babies. You know, well, unless you're certain president in the United States of America, then you sniff them. You sniff everybody. That's what you're supposed to do, apparently. Yeah. I'm gonna tell him if I see him, I go Saturday. You're invited, Mr. Saturday, 12 o'clock. Come and walk with us in park. We're gonna give you a flag. We're gonna wrap you up in a Canadian flag. We're gonna flag you up. We're gonna flag you up, and we're gonna send you out. Nobody's gonna recognize you. You won't need a security. If you're a politician, you can walk freely amongst the people on the street. Then you really know that you're good. You're good to go. If you have to have lots of security and all stuff, yeah, no. Stand up, speak, and freedom. Not many people were there shouting freedom, but I mean, he had the perfect speech. You know, he had all the angles, what people wanted to hear. Everything people wanted to hear, he hits. You know, so it is what it is. I don't know. It is what it is. It's raining today. Nice rain here. Beautiful. 20 people watching. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, this is the end of the line. Oh, this is the end of the line. Is it the end of the line? Yeah. This is the end of the line to go in. And once you go in, then there's a round there. There's a walking around in there, and then he goes inside that room. So it's not a huge lineup, but it's, you know, you could meet the future prime minister and shake hands with them. Yeah, people were really happy with that defund the CP. That's a ridiculous. That's a super ridiculous thing that the government funds that TV station. That is fucking hilarious, sir. I'm sorry to say funny, but it is funny. That's, I mean, what kind of people I mean, that's just absurd. I mean, if you watch that channel, then you really have to be heads up. You guys remember that Gian Gamoshi guy that used to work for CBC, and there was all sort of scandals back then?
Very good.
You know?
It looks longer than it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the government should pay up for a TV station. That'd be very, you know, not in a democracy. In a dictatorship, I'm okay with it because it's okay. Clean the lens of it. In a dictatorship, it's fine because whoever the dictator is in a dictatorship has to have a high approval rating amongst his people for doing good for the country. Otherwise, his inner circle will get rid of him. So, but in a democracy, even a guy screws up and he's 10% in the polls or 20-30% in the polls, nobody can touch him because he's democratically elected, right? So, unless it's like President Trump, then they can do all sorts of stuff to him. There's an exception to every rule that film mission has. That's a beautiful night with a rain. It looks good on the camera. It was super hot in there. This used to be called Sky Dome, but now they changed it to what? Rogers Center? I don't know why. They didn't even call it Rogers Dome, Rogers Center. It's always Sky Dome to me. Anyway, guys, it's been an hour and 41 minutes in the city. I'm going to say goodbye for sure. I really hate leaving people on chat because I feel rude. People are watching and say, I got to go now. But anyway, so like and subscribe, share the video, help out the channel. I appreciate all the helps you guys been doing to the channel. Comments, all the comments are helpful. Thank you.
Take everyone that's left.
Thank you and goodbye. Okay, guys,
so
see you later.
We're going in. The line is very snaky.
See you guys. Thank you and good night.